What up, YouTube? G4 Leader here once again, and this is going to be a video reply to the homie Zobi70. He made a video earlier saying that talking about The Rock and saying is The Rock a corporate sellout, you know, for what he says, well, for what he said to CM Punk, and for his actions and him leaving the WWE and all this other shit, you know. First of all, let me just say this is not a diss video. I enjoy watching Zobi70's videos. He's a cool dude, you know, so definitely go subscribe to him, you know. So let me just start off by saying that. But I also have to say I kind of disagree with him, you know, in the regards of The Rock being a sellout. You know, the reason I disagree, you know, is I feel like in the WWE, it's a major business that they be on the road 300 days out of 365 days in a year. You know, what we see on TV is one night out of the many nights they are recording and doing all these shows in different cities. You know, some days they doing the same shows repeatedly in different cities everywhere. So they on tour a lot, you know. So what we see on TV is not the pinnacle of what they're doing. That's only scratching the surface of what these superstars are doing in the WWE, you know. So, and with The Rock, he's been in this business, you know, since 1996. You know, he debuted in 1996. You know, if you look back at the videos, him and his young little Jerry curl type shit he had, I don't know what kind of hairstyle that was, but he was there. He was in the WWF then, you know, and then from 97 he got his real persona as The Rock, and then from there he stayed there for years, very loyal to the company, very loyal to WWF, you know. He stayed there touring with them, going everywhere, you know, working his ass off, you know, and I respect him for that, you know, because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. The Rock used to be married, and him being on the road that much stressed his marriage, so he gave a lot for the fans he do have, you know. And and towards, like, what was it, like 2003 or 2004, that's when he decided to go off and do movies and things, you know. But you also got to think about in 2004-ish, you know, he already established himself. He was already a legend in WWE, you know. People cheering for him. People know all his catchphrases. He had the millions, and I don't have people to say millions for me, but he had the millions and millions of fans and shit. You know, he was at the top. He was with the Stone Colds, the Undertakers, and the shit. He was at the top, you know. And when you at the top, where can you go? Where else can you go when you already at the top of the mountain? There's no place for you to go but down, you know. When you at the top, you can't go any further, you know. The only thing they're gonna do next is to push you to the side to let other stars come up, you know. So The Rock picked the time that was best for him to leave, you know, when he was at the top. He was at the top, you know. So I don't think he's a sellout for wanting more. He left when he achieved what he wanted to achieve, and he said that, you know. He said that when he came back against John Cena, he achieved what he wanted to achieve, you know. So I don't think it's selling out that he wanted to do movies. He probably wanted to do more than wrestling from the beginning, you know. It was probably a dream of his, and I don't think him pursuing his dreams make him a sellout, you know. That's just my opinion. I think that he had this ambition that he wanted to be more than he wanted to conquer WWE. He wanted to break new barriers, and he did that in the WWE. It wasn't much more he could do in the WWE when he was already at the top. So he wanted to conquer Hollywood, you know. And another reason I don't say he's a sellout is because he definitely wasn't the first wrestler to become an actor. Hulk Hogan did it. Stone Cold was doing it. Triple H did that shit. Edge did it. Who else did it? I know there's been a ton of wrestlers that went and started doing movies. You know, even John Cena. They all started doing it. You know, granted, their movies wasn't as popular as the movies that The Rock was in. You know, granted that, but they all started to get into it because they aspired to be more than a WWF superstar, WWE superstar, you know. They already felt like they hit the top, you know. And when you at the top, you don't want to stay at that exact spot to slide down the hill. You know, you don't want to stay through your downfall. You know, I feel like some wrestlers overstayed their welcome in the WWE. Hence, people like Kane, the Big Red Machine. He was a scary wrestler back in the day. When I was a little kid, I used to look at him like, damn, him and Undertaker scary. You know, he used to be a force to be reckoned with. He was a beast wrestler. He was talented. His persona was awesome. He had a great persona, a great backstory, and I felt like he stayed so long that when he got to the PG era, they ruined it. I feel like they made him an idiot. They made him into something soft and really whack. They ruined his persona that he built up through the Attitude Era, you know? So I feel like people should know when to leave and go off and pursue other things. And The Rock picked the right time to leave off and do other things, you know? He comes back for his fans. You know, he don't get paid that much. He getting paid for all this Hollywood shit. He don't need the WWE's money. He is bankrolling. He got No Pain, No Gain coming out in theaters. He got G.I. Joe Retaliation coming out. He got this other movie, I forgot the title, but he got like 3 movies coming out. He do not need the WWE's money. He is doing this for the fans. You know, he is doing this to conclude his career in the WWE. He wants to make his career well-rounded, you know, by getting the championship at least one more time. And I respect him for that. You know, I respect him for that. He put out a lot of great movies. He stayed in the WWE, giving up everything for his fans, you know, staying on the road 300 days out of the year and all of that, you know. So, like I said, I don't think The Rock is a sellout. I think he did what he was supposed to do. He stayed till he got to the top, got that legend status, and now he wanted to conquer something else. He conquered the WWE. He wants to conquer something else, you know. So I don't think he's a sellout at all, you know. I think he's fulfilling his dreams, and hopefully I could do that myself. Hopefully other people out there can be inspired by this man to go off and do that shit, you know. But then again, that's just how I feel, you know. But like I said, I just don't see The Rock as a sellout. You know, maybe some other people do, and that's okay. But you know, but just me as a Rock fan, I've been a Rock fan. You know, grew up with the Attitude Era. You know, seen his career. You know, all the way through. You know, like I said, I don't see it as a sellout. But anyways, you can hit me down in the comments below. Tell me how you feel about it. Do you think he's a sellout? Or, you know, or do you agree with me, you know? And also go like my Facebook fan page if you haven't. G4 Leader here, signing off. Thank you for watching.